telling us today, and we're not learning that thing as a people. All the day long, the Most High stretches out his hands, and you be rebellious.
The book of Amos, chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
So we in the city, now we seeing is women walking in their underwears like harlots, or the term bluntly say like whores. How could you walk around in your underwear? Read it back from the top.
Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
Black on black crime, the other nation killing us. We falling by the sword in slavery, in modern day society as they call it. We are being fought. And women be pouring out themselves. The scriptures say our women should have only one husband. Now a woman is saying because a man could have more than one, they could have more than one too. Abomination. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 7 and verse 17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land.
So Israel is going into captivity away from his land. So we're not even in our land right now, as the Ashkenazis and the Amalek's day. Amalek. I can call that word the next day. Amalek. Yeah, we're not even in our own land. Have a question, sis? Come now. Come. Yeah, can you look like you have spirits on you? Come. Come on. Let me come and sit for me. Come now. Come closer and I hear what you're saying. You're scared we won't bite. We are lions, but we will not destroy you. What? I ask what nation you from? Are your father so-called Chinese, Japanese, Mongolians, Korean? So because the devil the Bible speak about too. Yeah, we know you confess it with your mouth. We know. Give me a listen to it. You believe in the Bible by the chance? I know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, one to the book of Taoism and Buddhism. But you know that's the book you're supposed to be reading. Is it? Confucius. Confucius, right. With Buddha, where they say Buddha bless or something. Right. So you know it, man. You're trying to deceive me or what? Really?
John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
So you use what? The father of what?
Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do.
The lust of your father will do because you just lie, right? Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
All you Japanese, Chinese, Koreans, all you Mongolites are murderers, right? Well,
And abode not in the truth.
and you don't abhor not in the truth because this Bible is not even you, and this is where the truth is found. Confucius and Taoism and Buddhism and all that does not of the truth. That's not the way of life. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him.
And there's no truth in your generation. Go ahead.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
And when you people speak a lie, it's of your own. Because one thing they publish in the world, when you see a Japanese, Chinese, or Korean, they produce martial arts, right? And that is a lie, because the thief martial arts from Dr. J. Kano. No, you can't leave. You have to receive your judgment. So you thief martial arts from Dr. J. Kano, and it was... So where do you think they get Buddhism from? The Indians. And where the Indians get the teaching from? The Israelites. Israelites. The devil the Bible speak about. You feel we didn't know the truth about the martial arts too? That they thief and develop and call it their own. Everything they want to clone. You stand up too long and talk to them, they want to clone your voice. You stand up too long in the sun, they look at your shadow and want it to move like you too. The devil. They want to play God. Watch them Japanese. They didn't know we know the martial arts is not belong to them too. We people jump in at them with lions and Moab and kill all of them. And they say they have martial arts. We kick every nation from left, right, and center. It's because we break the law, statute, and commandment of the Most High, make you guys could be over us today. Hurry up and buy, you Japanese dogs. And you're eating your sisters and brothers. Dog meat. I tell you, they feel we didn't know the truth about martial arts too. Yeah, go with your demons and die. It'd be real good for no other nation on this face of the earth. But the Most High know what He bring, why He make them. Give me that in. The Most High know why He make them, but we is saying it's better off without them. But the Most High know why He make them, and this is why He make them. Go straight to the point one time. Servant and
Verse Isaiah chapter 49 verse 23.
Go straight to the point one time.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers,
Right?
and thy queen thy nursing mothers.
Right?
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
And what these Japanese dogs should do?
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth,
Right?
and lick up the dust of thy feet,
That's right.
and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
So that's what we're waiting on, patiently, to take you. Right?
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
And that is what the Most High make you for. Servant and handmaid. Give me that Proverbs.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for every day, for the day of evil. For they are evil.
For the day of evil, the Most High know why He make them. To be destroyed at that point in time. Right?
Verse 5. Everyone that is proud in the heart is an abomination.
In these Koreans and Japanese and Chinese behave proud. They just call them they are proud people. Right? Go ahead.
To the Lord thou hast joined in hand, and he shall not be unpunished.
So you join hand in hand with them. Want to give them love. Though they will be unpunished. And if you join with them, you will be punished with them too. That's why we have to separate ourselves from these heathens. Right? Go and join in hand. The wicked shall not go unpunished. Thus said the Lord. Right? Go back to the book of Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 65. And among the nation, these nations, shall thou find no ease.
So among these nations, we have no ease. Yeah, bro. Working day in, day out. Slaving for these people. We have no ease. Right?
Neither shall the soil of thy foot have rest.
Neither the sole of our foot have rest. We up and down. Even to sometimes we feel it to break the Sabbath. Even to myself, I was like, what? We have so much thing to do. Boy, I think we might go out in Sabbath evening and work. We always have to do something. Have no soul. Our foot have no rest.
Have rest, but the Lord shall give thee their trembling heart and filling of eyes. and sorrow of mine.
Deuteronomy 65, 28 to 65, and we read it down from there, but it's one Lamentation 1 and 3.
Lamentation chapter 1 verse 3. Judah is gone into captivity
So we see Judah's gone into captivity, go ahead.
because of affliction
Because of affliction, go ahead.
and because of great servitude.
And we still serving unto this day. We still under the captivity in the land of our captive. Go ahead.
She dwelleth among the heathen,
And we dwell among these heathen, all these other nations. Right?
she findeth no rest.
And we find no rest.
All her persecutors overtook her between the straits.
All our persecutors, they living wealthy off more than we in the land of our captivity. Right? I'm on it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
That's what we hear. We have a trembling heart. When we're talking among we people and the nation come, we don't want to call them out as wicked as they is. And sorrow, we see how our people living in this time. What?
Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life.
So we go out, in and out, and we have no assurance if we're going to be back home. Our life could be taken anytime among these heathens. Go ahead.
In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
There we are. We our captivity again, and we were scattered around the world by ships, by the four corners. Alright? Well,
by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
here we shouldn't see our homeland again. Give me Psalms 107 verse 9. Hold that page. And we wouldn't see our homeland again. We got all these rednecks living in our land, calling themselves Jewish, pertaining unto us, and they are not. You have it?
Psalm chapter 107 verse 9. For he satisfieth the longing soul, and filleth the hungry soul with goodness. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron.
Because we were in affliction and we was in iron. And if we check the slave trade, we was in iron. And now we saying the chain and shackle come off our hands and neck, and now it's on our mind and our brain. Go ahead.
Because they rebelled against the word of God,
Because you didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Go ahead.
and contemned the counsel of the Most High. Therefore he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help. Then they cried unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses.
Yeah, and this is what we.
Psalm chapter 107 and verse 11. Because they rebelled against the word of God, and contemned the counsel of the Most High. Therefore he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help.
So we in labor, we building all these. We build, we labor, we substitute among all the nations, We've been hid in prison houses. We've been murdered. And we do nothing because it's spiritual. The Most High has put that curse upon us because we break his laws. Give me that in Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it, for a spoil, and none see it. Restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord?
Who are the robbers? So we've been given unto the robbers.
Exodus chapter 21 verse 16. And he that stealeth a man.
And he that stealeth. So you are a robber if you steal something, right? Well,
and selleth him. Or if. So
you thief us on the west coast of Africa and sell us, as it say in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Read out Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and come back to it.
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
But is it the other nation be put to death to putting us in slavery? No. So his judgment have to come. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man shall save you or redeem you from the captivity we in as a people.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 13. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen, and I have broken the bands.
I want to read that again, because the Most High brought we out of Egypt not to be slave, but because we want to break the commandment, we end up being enslaved. So read that again.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 13. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and made you go upright. But if you will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenants, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and burning ague, that shall consume the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain.
And this is what we're doing all the time. We're sowing our seed in vain because we're working and we're not able to save. And we have the bank institute, we don't even lend to us. And this scripture say, they shall lend to thee and thou shalt not lend to him. Well,
for your enemies shall eat it.
And our enemies is living well among us, and we are not living as they live, right?
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
And there it go again, we were slain against our enemy. And we singing Black Lives Matter. We killing each other too. Well,
they that hate you shall reign over you. The other nations.
And the other nation that hate we is reigning over us. Well,
and ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
And we flee all over. Like you see right here in Trinidad, they run up in the mountains. They run in Diego Martin, they run all over, they flee. So the enemies won't pursue you there, but just yet still you come down in the field, and we working like dogs up to this day, and we inheriting nothing. Right?
And if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7. And if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me.
So all these atrocities that we go through for so much hundreds of years, and we still not hearkening into the Most High. Go 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
That's it right there. We should be set back above all people on the face of the earth. That will be worse ones. Right? And with that, we say all praises to the Most High Yahawah and His Son Yahawah BahaSham. Yeah. Oh yeah. Matthew 26 and verse 6.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she had wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this woman that this woman had done be told for a memorial of her.
That we say, Allah, Yahawah, BahaSham, Yahawashi, all praises to the Most High.